You say, okay, guys, what are we going to do about this? What are we going to do when this child comes into the classroom and doesn't give a rat's, you know what? And then you've got the other kids who were in there who were so stressed out because their parents aren't home. They didn't have enough to meet what they needed to meet at home. They have struggles. They have fears. They have lack of self-esteem. They each come in with their own story, their own heart. In some way or other is in frenzy. It's hurting. They don't know how to express themselves. So it comes out in all kinds of different ways. Anger, resentment, acting out, aggression on the playground, and an inability to focus. So let me get to what we have done. The Hawn Foundation has supported a lot of wonderful people who have put together a curriculum for children and teachers to learn not only how to manage emotions, how to manage stress, but also how for teachers to manage their classrooms. And this program basically teaches children through these different methodologies and a lot of fun how to calm their minds, how to take breaths, how to listen to sounds. Because what we're dealing with is like, oh my God, I'm so ADD. Everybody says it. We say it. Well, you know why? Because when you look at the media, when you look at all of the things that were surrounding us, we are deluged with images that don't last more than 3 seconds. What is that doing to the brains of our children? What is it doing to the brains of us? Our brains are a filtering system. That's what they do. And so when we get these quick images and telephones and iPods and everything at a drop of a hat or a push of a button, and we're talking to kids on instant messaging, and we're having relationships that have nothing to do with personal connection and attachment, we're losing our focus. No wonder we can't read a paragraph. No wonder you can't read books, because our kids don't have the capability of self-management to know how to focus. So this basically program helps children and teachers. First of all, teachers learn how to help manage a classroom. How do our children focus? When a child is stressed, what we learn in our curriculum is about the brain. When you have a stressed child, anyone being stressed, there's a little tiny thing called the amygdala in the limbic system in the center part of our brain. That lights up. When that lights up, it is on alert. That's what saves us from lions, but now we don't have lions any longer. We have different demons. These children's demons are psychological. We can't see them. But what happens when you breathe and you focus on sound, suddenly, magically, the brain responds physiologically and physioneurologically. So what happens is it quiets the amygdala. When that amygdala quiets down in an fMRI, dopamine gets emitted. Dopamine makes you feel better. It's one of those wonderful neurotransmitters that just goes, ah. When that happens, the prefrontal cortex lights up, and that's the new brain, and that's the brain that our children need to have lit up, because then they're ready for learning. So when a child comes into the room, and Mort said so clearly, I was a dancer. I am still a dancer. I have done a lot of things in my life, but nothing has taught me more than preparing for a pirouette, preparing for a jump, preparing to go on stage. You pull everything in, you focus, and off you go. So this program is used for English. It's used for creative writing. It's used for anger management. It's used for test taking. One of my exercises, or our exercise we put in, not only is breathing before tests, but laughing before tests. Why? Because we found out what laughter does. And it does great things for the body and great things for the mind. Now, we have done our studies on this, and since 2005, in order to create the efficacy of this program, so one doesn't look at it and say, oh, well, this is just, la-la. It's not. The University of British Columbia, Kim Schonert-Reichel, Adele Diamond, they have done prefrontal research on this for the prefrontal cortex, the executive function. We've also done our research on the actual program itself and how children have responded. We have had a rise in optimism. We have had a rise in self-management. We have had a decrease in playground aggression. And these kinds of measurements are astounding. In 20 years, our researcher, who has researched a lot of social and emotional programs, has never seen anything work so well. And this is a 3-time a day, and it takes just a few minutes during the day and a little piece of the morning. And it attaches to every single moment of the day.